Good morning, everybody. Today we are here in Springfield, Missouri, and we're going to be exploring the Bass Pro Shops. We're going to check out everything from the original Bass Pro Aquarium to all the taxidermy animals, the fish tanks, and even hopefully the live alligator and live turtle exhibits here they got inside Bass Pro Shops. So it should be a great time. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It is free to do. So come along and follow me. Like I said, we are going to check out all of the taxidermy animals they got throughout Bass Pro Shops. One of the coolest themed stores I've been to. Leave a comment in the comment section if you guys have ever been to a Bass Pro Shops, and leave the location of where you went to it at. I know there's a bunch. I've been through a handful of them, 4 or 5 of them. This one here in Springfield, Missouri is absolutely incredible. Check out this guy right here. This is a world record alligator gar. It says it's 8 foot 3 3/4 inch. This is the longest alligator gar ever recorded, taken by John Paul and Johnny Morris on the Trinity River in East Texas on August 31st, 2007. So just a little time ago. I don't know if there's been a bigger one since then, but world record alligator gar. I just looked right up above where we saw that alligator gar, and there's a picture of that huge alligator gar with 4 guys. I'm assuming that's the same one there. That's this guy that they caught, so pretty cool. That thing is huge. And this here is the original Bass Pro Aquarium. Back up a little bit so you guys can see the whole thing here. I'm going to read the information on it here in a minute, but yeah, it says, in its former life, this fish tank was an underground gas storage tank. Johnny found it, cleaned it, cut a hole in it, and installed a window as a way to display customer-donated bass and crappie to customers. Pretty soon, though, it became just a bass tank because the bass ate all the crappie. But pretty cool. The original Bass Pro Aquarium started as a underground gas storage tank. And check out this huge catfish just hanging up on the wall right here. This thing is huge. There's a little picture information right here next to it. It says Jenny, Johnny's mom, stands next to a 104-pound flathead catfish noodled out of the Sac River by her dad just north of Willard, Missouri, 1914 is what that picture says right there. So I'm going to assume maybe this is that fish, or at least a replica of it. If not, it's the original, but that's a huge catfish. Check these huge taxidermy animals out. I'm going to assume that these guys are elk. They have a little sign over here, Return to the Ozarks, the story of elk restoration in Missouri. So I'm assuming since that sign's about elk, I'm going to assume these guys are elk, but these guys are some huge taxidermy animals right here. Absolutely incredible. Check these guys out. And then right next to them, we'll have a giant moose. Here's a look at the giant moose right here. Check this guy out. This guy is huge. Sorry for the sun coming in through the windows there. I made it to the little turtle exhibit here they got inside Bass Pro Shops. Quite a few turtles in here as well. A lot of them swimming around. There's one chilling up on the little rock there, the little ledge there. I'm assuming these lamps here are like a heat lamp. Get them a little warm probably. But yeah. And there's a little waterfall area over here. Little water helps filter the water and keep it clean, I'm assuming. So yeah, pretty cool. So much to check out here. I don't know if you guys can tell, that's a little turtle right there. Little baby it looks like. These guys are pretty big right there, those ones. And then right to the left-hand side of those turtles, we come to our first fish tank they got here inside Bass Pro Shops. They got some pretty good sized fish tanks here. It is a pretty cool setup here. Look at this fish. This guy that's a big fish right there. That guy is pretty good size. If he would turn for us. There he is. Pretty good sized fish right there. Check it out in the back there. They got like a little trolling motor hanging in the water, like there'd be a boat sitting on top of the water. That's pretty cool. And sometimes I forget to follow my own advice. I always try to say in my videos, when you're walking through Bass Pro Shops, always keep your eyes open and even look up top towards the ceiling and stuff. This is right above that fish tank. They got some theming of some fish, just like you'd be under the water. Got some fish hanging from the ceiling there. Really cool theming going on all throughout here. Way cool. Oh, look at this over here. It's like it's a dock right here. There's a little fish trap there, and then look, somebody's sitting in the dock there, got his legs hanging in the water. All right, we made it down to the end. One of my favorite areas here in the Bass Pro Shops is this little section right here. There is an entrance off the side there too, as you can see, but there's just so much theming going on, and there's taxidermy animals all up on the mountain cliff. Huge waterfall from the top to the bottom. Really cool. And then there's also some glass elevators up here that'll take you up to the Hemingway's Blue Water Cafe. And there's just so much cool water flow going on here. This is a little water stream with a waterfall flowing in here. We got fish down in this little water hole down there. Oh, check out this bear right here. Taxidermy bear right there. Probably on the lookout for some fish. And then if we head this direction as well, there's more. There's a bald eagle up there on the tree. Check that out. And then down here, there's some more fish in this area. And hopefully in a little bit, we'll go check out, see if Uncle Buck's conservatory's open. And that's where there's actually an underwater viewing area of this fish tank. So we'll go down there and see if it's open, and we'll get a view from underneath the water, which will be pretty cool. Yeah, such a cool, very awesome area right here. Huge taxidermy animals right over this direction. Huge, huge, huge animals. Here's a couple little tiny American alligators here, right here. So they got these little guys right here, and then on the other side of the store, they got a really big alligator. So hopefully we'll be able to check out that one too, as well. But yeah, like I said, so much cool stuff to actually check out here in the Bass Pro Shops. From fish tanks to alligators, taxidermy, on top of all the merchandise and stuff. I'm gonna on-zoom and pan over. This is kind of there's a couple of hunting hall museums. Over on this side, a lot of these Great American Hunting Hall, and there's an archery one up there as well, but it says no video or photography, so I've never actually got a video of those areas. But we're gonna head up to the stairs so I can get you guys a view looking down from the top. So let's head up the stairs. And as we're heading up the stairs, the theming doesn't stop as well. It's like have gone into a little bear cave here. You got a bear up there, a little water stream coming through the cave. And then there's a couple of bears as well in the back over there. So the theming never stops. I mean, the detail. But yeah, like I said, we're heading up the stairs. Went up half of them. We'll head up these stairs and then get you guys a view from up top. All right, here's kind of what I'm looking at right here from up top. Yeah, there's some merchandise area over there. Looks like there's guns all the way back there, but there's that bald eagle we saw earlier from down there. Yeah, up top view. And here's all the waterfall that goes from the top to the bottom. Really cool. And we even got some taxidermy here up at the top. Looks like there'll be a little mountain lion right here, perhaps. And these guys, maybe some goats, maybe? Mountain sheep? One of those two right there, but yeah. Another look from this angle. Pretty cool. And here's a little look at the Hemingway's Blue Water Cafe. It's not open right now, but here's a look at the hours. So if you guys come here to the Bass Pro Shops in Springfield, Missouri to do some shopping or exploring around, they do have a little restaurant, cafe here that you can go inside and eat. Get some grub right there. So we're going to take a ride down the glass elevators. All right, heading into the glass elevator. Let's hit floor number 1. We'll go down to take a little trip down the glass elevator. Or should I say inside the glass elevator? But we're going down. And as we exit the elevator and walk around the corner, we're greeted by this taxidermy wolf right here. Look at that guy. Then they got a huge taxidermy bear right over here. Check this guy out. And there's the glass elevator we just rode down on. And a little look from this angle at this little waterway. Now we're going to go head in right over there. You can see the sign that says private event, but it looks like it's not blocking the doorway to Uncle Buck's conservatory. So we should be able to go in there and get an underwater view of the waterfall fish tank room, is what I call that tank. Let's head over there. And in fact, it is open. Uncle Buck's conservatory. We'll head in here and we'll get our underwater view of the fish tank, but here's a little overview of this room. They do hold private events in here, and I think they have feedings at certain time where you can come in here and watch them feed the fish down here. Oh, look at, there's one of the huge catfish just right there. This is where you get a good view of the huge fish that are usually hanging out at the bottom of the tank. That's one huge catfish right there. And there's a huge sturgeon down there as well. There's a couple of sturgeons in this tank in here with that huge catfish, and I'm assuming there's some bass in there. Oh, an alligator gar. I can see an alligator gar from here. So yeah, pretty cool though that you can come down here and check out this fish tank from underneath the water. So really cool area. And there's even some taxidermy in this conservatory here, over here. Here it looks like this guy's maybe a gray fox. I know it's a type of fox. I'm just going to say gray fox because they got this cool mural on the wall that says gray fox, and it also has an eastern bluebird. But yeah, this whole room is actually a giant mural on all the walls that has a bunch of animals and stuff and shows what all the animals are. Really cool. But right over here, there's another bear. Check out this bear right here. Yeah, like I said, even on this mural on the back wall, like this white-tailed deer, and it tells you what it is, the white-tailed deer. And we got a wood duck over here. Oh, they even got some rainbow trout down there. Oh, even a little crayfish right down there. A kingfisher, belted kingfisher right there. Ooh, a northern cardinal. And then some eastern wild turkeys. Yeah, really cool mural though. Oh, the blue jay right there. Blue jays are flying around. Some coyotes. Here we got another cool fish tank right here. This one's full of trout. I thought it was rainbow trout in here. There's actually looks like some, is there such thing as an albino trout? Look at the water wheel though. Look. There's the rainbow trout. They're right next to them. It's almost like an albino trout. I'm not too sure. Is there such thing? Leave a comment in the comment section. Is there such thing as an albino trout? Yeah, look at that. Like a white trout. I don't think I've ever seen a white trout. That is cool looking. Yeah, really cool tank right here with the water wheel. I had to get this huge, scary looking taxidermy bear right here. Look at this guy. Oh, there's one peeking in the window over there as well, but this guy is huge right here. Look at this bear. That is a cool looking bear right there. Huge. I don't even know if my camera actually picks up how big that bear actually is right there. I think a lot of times I always walk by this corner, but look at this. Is this a huge buffalo? Or is that a bison? I'm not sure. Could be buffalo, could be a bison. I think buffalo. But huge buffalo right here. And they also have this way old school cannon right here. Check that cannon out. That's pretty cool looking. And we made it down to the other side of the store here. And here is the bigger alligator here. Still a baby probably, but growing up nice in this little alligator exhibit. Here's a little pan overview of the exhibit here, but a lot of times I see this guy always in the water, so it's kind of cool to see him out of the water today. That is awesome. Like I said earlier in the video, they even got the theming going all the way up to the ceiling. Up towards the roof, you got an alligator there lurking below the water at that deer right there, but yeah, just the theming goes all around. And this side of Bass Pro Shops is where you're gonna find your fishing gear. Your fishing rods, lures, baits, boating, life jackets, and they also do have boats. So if you're in the market for a boat, you can come right here to Bass Pro Shops and get yourself a new boat. They got bass boats, they got pontoon boats, they got V-hulls over there. I think at one time they even had a deck boat. But we're gonna head around this corner here. Check out this bass boat right here. To this fish tank over here. Oh, the huge, I think it's an alligator gar. I could be wrong, but its nose isn't as pointed as an alligator gar, but I don't know if that's just because this guy is so big, but leave a comment down below if you guys know what kind of fish this is. Is this a alligator gar or is this a different kind of fish? But this guy is huge in this fish tank because they actually have an alligator gar that you can definitely tell it's an alligator gar right back there. It's not nearly as big, but you can see the pointy nose there. But yeah, a few different types of fish here. I could be wrong on that too. That almost kind of looks a little different than an alligator gar as well, but I think that is an alligator gar. But yeah, this guy right here is huge. Here's a little view from it above the tank there. And we got another taxidermy bear right here. Not too far from that big fish tank right there. But check him out. The taxidermy never stops here in Bass Pro Shops. But pretty cool. Yeah, here's all the tons of boats over in this area that you can look at and purchase right from Bass Pro Shops. And here's all your fishing rods and reels, and they got the bait, the lures, the tackle, everything you need for your fishing. Do some fishing over in this area. And there's some more taxidermy up top there too. We got some bears up there. Check that out. Way cool. Theming everywhere. Oh, look, there's even a boat over here. Like a wrecked boat with a fish underneath of it. That is cool. And along with all the boats, they do have the quads you can buy as well. And then these vehicles over here as well they got. So, oh, here's one with a snow plow. We need that for when it snows. That's a pretty cool setup right there. Check that out. Oh, that one's even got a windshield on it. Oh, and full doors. Wow, this one's way cool. Oh, and it looks like working windows you can roll up and down. Wow, that one's way cool. That one is awesome. And right here is going to be our look at our last fish tank of Bass Pro Shops. This one's got some rainbow trout in it. This one's got some little guys. Well, probably still 6-10 inches. All different sizes, but little smaller guys here. Rainbow trout in this tank. cool, huh? Alright guys, that's going to wrap up our video here today at the Bass Pro Shops here in Springfield, Missouri. Always love coming to walk around. Never gets old seeing all the taxidermy and the fish tanks and the alligator, the live turtles, along to go with all the merchandise you can buy here. Always a great time. So if you guys would do me a favor though and hit that thumbs up button, and as always, if you guys are new, subscribe. It's free to do and it helps us grow our channel. And if you do feel like you want to help support our channel a little bit more, go ahead and hit that join button or the link in the description to our YouTube memberships. We got 6 different levels starting at only 99 cents a month. We really do appreciate all the support. And a huge thanks to everybody that watches our video, clicks on it, and gives it a watch as well. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking on the video. Check out all our other videos. And if you guys are new to our channel, I am Zach, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.